dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom, and we will run tonight. We are a team. We can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs, whenever our foes combine.